Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. KYs.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it always taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace. Peace to Allah's mighty 5% nation of gods and earth, to all the human families on the planet Earth. I bid you love, peace, and happiness. I salute. I am KYs, aka DJ KYs. Let's get it in, y'all. I'm tired. But we got a great show for you. Listen, everybody, you don't want to miss it. Trust me when I tell you, very inspirational and great music to adhere to. So let's listen to his story. But you know what I got to do before we get there. Got to bring on my co-host with the most, none other than my brother in God, Mr. Joshua Miller.
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace.
Peace. Peace to Allah's 5% nation of gods and earth. Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Make sure that you tell a friend and tell a friend, share and like all of the YouTube and also too on Facebook. Today we have a special show today. This young man has accomplished so much when it comes down to music and his journey. At this point, it's like you get tongue-tied because there's so much he has done, so much he has accomplished, and he's only 34 years old. So right now, the sky is the limit for this young man.
That's
And I
right.
want y'all to get yourselves together, clap your hands, and welcome the young brother, Hassan Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's up, everybody?
It was good.
What's going on, young brother?
I'm here.
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing. I just turned 34, so I feel great.
Yes, happy
Hey,
birthday
man.
to you.
Thank
Happy
you.
I'll be
Thank
right
you.
back,
birthday.
gentlemen. I'll be right back.
Definitely. Now, we had talked behind the scenes about a couple of things that you have accomplished in your life so far, and they are magnificent to say the least. But I want you to give your opportunity to just tell our listeners a little bit about Hassan Green.
Okay, a little bit about me. In a nutshell, I'm from Lafayette, Alabama, pronounced Lafayette, but we say Lafayette. So yeah, I'm from Lafayette, Alabama. I now reside in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a singer. I'm somewhat of a musician and a songwriter. And I've been doing this since I was 5. I was doing it before then, but I made my first appearance as a singer in church at the age of 5 years old. So I've been doing it independently for a while, singing at weddings, funerals, concerts, churches. That's basically me in a nutshell.
All right. Now we're going to tap into that. You talk about you started singing at 5 years old. What was the first time you can remember just singing in front of someone?
But at home, I would sing in the yard, and some of my listeners, if they're watching, or my family, if they're watching, they know this story. It comes with me. I started because my great grandmother and my great aunt started a gospel group back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So I grew up listening to them. They were like my standard, my model. So I would be singing around the yard, beating on my grandmother's fishing buckets. I can't tell you how many whoopings I got for beating holes in her fishing buckets. So that's how I started, and that's where they found out that I could sing, my family members. And so my aunt, who would sing, Emma Sue Green, she would always ask me to sing in church. And so I would always say yeah, but when time came to do it, I would get stage frightened and I wouldn't sing. But then she was killed in 1995. And so after she was killed, thank you, that kind of like pushed me kind of to go forward. And that's when I first began to start making my first appearance and singing in church after that.
Now, to all the listeners, make sure that y'all understand that this young man has actually sung at the Apollo Theater at a tender age of 11 years old.
Yep.
How was it your journey from Lafayette, Alabama, to getting to the Apollo?
It was a long journey. Let me tell you, my family had me at every talent show, every showcase that they could think of. If it was available, I was there. So I would win talent shows all over the Southeast, Alabama, Georgia. I would be out in Tennessee singing. Because you got to think, I was a young child singing at 7, 8, 9 years old, sounding like a grown person. Right. So I didn't realize the magnitude back then as a child, but now as an adult, when I look at videos online of young kids singing, like I realize how amazing that is to see a child that can have such a gift of that magnitude. So again, they would have me at all these different talent shows. We was in one talent show in Columbus, Georgia. We was on charter buses, everything, because it was based on crowd participation. So we were trying to bring as many people as we could bring. So my city showed up, my family showed up, and it was a series pretty much showcase. And the first place prize, I did not win. And so we felt cheated because the people who won didn't deserve to win. And we felt like, but they knew somebody who knew somebody. It was right. They had the hookup. Yeah, because they even came to us after the show to pay us, to be like, you didn't win, but we want to give you this, So it was kind of like we were cheated. Right. So that was just one experience, and then we heard about the talent show in Birmingham at the Western Hills Mall in Alabama. And my aunt, my mom, they made sure I got there, and it was over 200 people, I think. Might have been, that number might not be accurate, but it got down to 50. They chose 50 people to compete again. So we had to sing again. Then it got down to the bottom 3, and I won first place that time. And so that was presented by McDonald's. And so that was the grand prize, was to perform at the Showtime at the Apollo Kids. Because it was a kid segment. Yeah. And so that's how I got there. Like it was a long, hard journey, but it paid off in the end. And then come to think, we weren't even gonna go to the show in Birmingham because I think my mom's car messed up or something. And so my aunt Melinda, she was like, "Oh no, you have to go. Like you have to be there." So she made sure. She was very instrumental in starting my career, and still today. My family as a whole, like they've been there every step of the way. Like I can't, and you see people on the award show saying stuff like this, but I would not be where I am or who I am without my family. And that's from both sides. Like my dad's family sing as well. So I grew up watching them sing. I grew up singing with them. So everybody had a hand in developing who I am, and the artist, even the singer that I am. But yeah, that's how I got there.
We have a comment about young lady Clover. Clover been following you since your younger days, early days on YouTube.
Thank you so much, Clover. We still rocking.
yeah, that's my coworker right there. Much love. Thank you for the support, Clover. When it comes down to like being on your journey at the Apollo and stuff like that. And the thing that comes to mind is the word prodigy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't think of young men, young women singing and playing instruments as young as you did. And to hear your voice and how it commanded at a young age, that's like prolific.
Yeah.
Now, when you got to the Apollo, what was that experience like?
It was mind blowing for a country boy from a dirt road in Alabama in New York City. So it was my first time actually traveling out of the state other than Georgia, because we come to Atlanta all the time. My first time on an airplane. So it was amazing to say the least, but I don't think I understood as a child what was really happening. Like, so I didn't really take in everything. For one, my family had scared us to death because all we knew about New York was pickpocketing and don't talk to strangers. So like, we on the street going shopping and stuff, and we scared. Like they scared me to death. I didn't. I was ready to come back. I was ready to come back home. But the experience
not that bad on the 125th.
But as far as the Apollo itself, I got to meet some celebrities. That was big for me. Avant, 3LW. The night I was there, Lil Bow Wow performed. So it was awesome. They took great care of us. We stayed at the Crown Plaza Hotel. I'll never forget it. So I got a chance to see, New York a little bit, eat at some great restaurants. I didn't appreciate the food as much as I do now when I go to New York, because I'm used to Southern soul food, and that's not what we were getting. So, yeah, but that experience was really, really great. I wish I would have commanded the stage a little bit more, but I was so afraid to move on the stage. Like, my family would try to coach me all the time on moving your arms, walking, having showmanship. Right. But in church, you don't do showmanship. In church, you just sing and give glory to God. So you don't really have that artist development, at that time, just from church. Some people may have that on their team, but I just wish, looking back now, that I had more, showmanship, because the voice was there, but just being able to, move the crowd a little bit more. And I've learned that in my artistry in the past 5 years.
Definitely. Cloverleaf says she dreamed of you singing at her wedding one day.
Let's make it happen. That's what I do.
And I want to shout out, Connect the Dot, Bridge the Gap. Kimberly and Yolanda is in the chat. They definitely
That's right.
Shouting out right now. But one thing, like, when it comes down to your journey, and when we talk behind the scenes a little bit about it, how was it like transitioning from the Apollo to actually getting a record deal, not in America, but in Africa? How did that play out?
It was a long time. So from 2001, I was 11, singing on the Apollo. And I think what everybody did, especially from my hometown, they expected for me to blow up, have a record deal right after the Apollo. Like, they were like, did nobody pick you up? Did nobody sign you? No, it didn't happen that way. I sang at the Apollo. It aired. It was amazing. It was a great experience. It was a great exposure, but nothing happened. 2007, I graduated high school. I uploaded the video to YouTube, and this was when YouTube first came on the scene. Everybody goes to YouTube. So I posted that video, and it went viral. And so everybody commenting. I remember seeing this because back then, this is when everybody had VCRs and had to press record. When Apollo came on, we stayed up late at night when Apollo came on at 10 or 11 on Saturday night. So you had to watch it when it came on. It wasn't no reruns or replays, like that. So that's when I had it on VHS. So I put it up to my cell phone, recorded it, and posted the video on YouTube. It went viral. So then I started posting more and more videos on YouTube. And so that's how I became known more so. And that's where my platform, that's where my audience was built, from YouTube. I'm at 123,000 subscribers now, with over 1,500 videos, with millions of views. And that's how I got to South Africa.
Wow.
They saw my videos, saw my platform, saw the audience, and they reached out to me. And they were actually people who had worked in the music field in South Africa, but they were not a record label. So they brought me to South Africa. We went on like a little short tour, just to different places, different radio stations, doing different interviews. And so they decided themselves to create a label, just to give me that publicity international. So that's how that happened.
Wow,
That's a great story.
Yeah, man. And I just say it's all God. Like everything in my path has been orchestrated by God. You know, it's been predestined and orchestrated for somebody in a whole nother country.
Right.
You know,
Right.
with all these record labels here in the United States of America, you know, it took for someone in another country to see me and to, you know, give me a different platform. So
That speaks volumes of your work, though.
Yeah.
Now, make sure that we touch on this. That you were is it a secular gospel singer, or you know,
I don't even know what to
call it. Like, I don't want to just sit there and be like, he was a secular gospel singer. He was this, but I know that you sang inspirational music. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. So and that's what at this I've always been a gospel singer primarily. That's what people know me for. But I've always sang secular music. I sang at my first wedding when I was 8 years old, here and now Luther Vandross. So, and with my family being so diverse and so musical, I've always enjoyed different styles and different genres of music, even though my heart was in gospel, you know, primarily. And that's what I grew up singing, because both sides of my family sang gospel. So it was kind of like biased. I didn't really have a choice. But I don't really like to put myself in a box, because I don't believe music is defined by genre. That's just my stance, because, you know, I can sing classical music, I could sing R&B, I could sing gospel, jazz. It doesn't matter. To me, it's the message in the music. It's the connection to the music and as well to the audience. So that's where I kind of stand. Like, you know, with me being a gospel artist, I couldn't sing Strange Fruit, because it's not a gospel song. You know, that's a song that I wrote that we'll talk about later. But just being an artist, period, being a songwriter, period, being a singer, period, like nothing, no boxes, just period. That's who I am. That's what I am. So whatever comes to me, whatever God gives me, lyrically, musically, I got to release it. You know, so to me, it's about assignment. And everybody, and you keep saying the word journey, everybody has their own journey. So what works for me as an artist, as an individual, may not work for the next artist. You know, for those who say, I'm going to primarily sing gospel and only gospel, if that's your assignment, go for it. You know, and nobody should knock that, you know, as well as nobody should knock me if I sing.
Absolutely. That's true. That's true.
Now, you have a song that you that came out on that label at that time, and it's called Tomorrow.
Yep.
What was the inspiration behind that, and did you have help writing it?
No, I actually love the group Rascal Flatts. And so at that time I was listening to them like really, really heavy. And I wanted to sing something and write something that I could sing anywhere. You know, no matter what platform I was on, something that could cross and reach whomever was in the audience at some kind of way. So the inspiration musically came from listening to Rascal Flatts. And so I just kind of sat at my keyboard, and the melody came to me first. The music did first, and then I started adding the lyrics. And when those writing sessions happen, and I know they're inspired by God or sent by God, I don't have to come back to it. I don't have to ponder. The words just come. So it was just a flow. And so I recorded that song, and I posted a video on YouTube singing it. And the people in South Africa actually heard that video, heard that song, and they were interested in working with me for that song.
Okay. Well, okay, you got that song queued up right now?
Absolutely.
All right. Brother Hassan, could you just go ahead and introduce it?
All right, everybody. This is Tomorrow, written by me, featuring Loyiso Bala and the Soweto Gospel Choir of South Africa.
All right.
While today is still today, and you still have time to pray, don't let this moment pass you by. They say trouble don't last always, but there will be troubled days. There is a brighter day ahead. If tomorrow never came, would you be satisfied with how you live today? You gotta live like it's your last time. Gotta live with a made up mind. If tomorrow, what if tomorrow never came? My life began the day I gave my pain away. Can't hold on to yesterday. The past is the past. The future is the future. And all we have is today. If tomorrow never came, will you be satisfied with how you live today? You gotta live like it's your last time. Gotta live with a made up mind. If tomorrow, what if tomorrow never came? Tomorrow, tomorrow may start without you. So do all that you can do today. What will they have to say when you have passed away? Were you just here, or did you leave? If tomorrow never came, will you be satisfied with how you live today? You gotta live like it's your last time. You gotta live with a made up mind. If tomorrow, what if tomorrow, if tomorrow never came. Na 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 na.
Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
And wanted to ask, did you ever have any singing coaching or anything like professional coaching?
Well, my great grandmother, Marisu, she was real stern, real hard. So everything that I know, the structure, she gave me that foundation. And then I did go to college at Jacksonville State University in Alabama, and I studied music education for 2.5 years. So I didn't finish the degree program, but I did study for 2.5 years. So that was basically the most training I've had. Tipton Dobbs back from my hometown gave me a few piano lessons, and my grandmother did as well. Like, she taught me the notes on the keyboard, and then he kind of gave me a little more to go with that. So just to shout them out for being my foundation, from where I learned, where I came from, and everything else was just God given.
Now, we always ask questions like, who was your inspiration, or who were the individuals that you looked up to when it came down to singing, whether it was in gospel, jazz, or whomever? Who would be like considered your Mount Rushmore of singers?
Don't have to be my family. Yeah, my great grandmother Martha Sue, my great aunt Emma Sue, my dad's mom Martha, and her siblings Martha Holloway. And for my followers, they know her because we post a lot of videos singing together with my dad's mom. And then there was my family sang quartet. So there was a lot of quartet singers that I listened to, like Shaquita Lumsey, that really helped mold the sound and the structure of my style of singing. And then you had those Aretha Franklin's, your Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, though that soul R&B, Marvin Gaye's, that type of music, the whispers, the stylistics, stuff like that is what I listen what I listened to as a child, growing up, and even today. So those are my inspirations.
Now, you did a song during a troubled time in this country, and it's been like a couple of years ago. It's not even like the song was about something that happened in the actual civil rights movement. It happened a couple of years ago, and with us as people of color, Black people, we deal with police brutality.
Right.
And when George Floyd lost his life, the country was shook. And you wrote a song and you dedicated that song to him. What made you want to do that?
Man, my heart was. I sometimes I choose not to watch those type videos when I see them circulating, but I watched that one because I could not believe that we watched on national TV, we watched on our phones that they murdered a Black man or any man live. Like, what I'm saying? People were recording while this guy was being murdered. And that I couldn't believe it. Like, when I heard it, so I was like, I got to watch it. Like, y'all lying. This didn't happen. This didn't happen in America. And it's been happening, but now that we have phones, we have the proof and the evidence. But it broke my heart in pieces, like, to see that video and hear him crying for his mom. It was just horrible. And it was like a couple of days had gone by, and I worked at a bank, so I was in the bank vault at the time. And those words started coming to me. The song "Strange Fruit" by Billie Holiday was such a controversial song anyway. And so the poplar tree that kept sticking out to me, black body swinging on the poplar trees, that kept sticking out to me. And I'm like, we're no longer hanging from trees. Now we're just being killed in the street with necks on with knees in our necks. So that's where that song stemmed from. Those words had started coming to me, inspired by Billie Holiday's "Strange Fruit." So that's why I just left the title the same. So it would have that same meaning, that you would know that was the idea and the message of the song. However, just changing the lyrics and the melody of the song. Yeah.
Well, that's one. You said Billie Holiday. I don't think a lot of individuals in your generation know who Billie Holiday
absolutely.
is.
They do not.
Absolutely.
That right there within itself is an amazing task, to say that you are not just an artist, but you're also a student when it comes down to music. And I applaud you for that. Right now, we're going to play "Strange Fruit." If you don't mind introducing that one again.
Yes, sir. All right. This is "Strange Fruit," written and arranged by me, dedicated to the memory and the life of George Floyd.
What is this fruit I see lying in the street? It is my people killed by police brutality. That brother looks like me, he walks like me, and talks just a little like me. Every day I see a new fruit. I'm afraid next time might be strange fruit. Oh, my brother, can you see? Strange fruit. This is the new day of slavery. Strange fruit, no longer hang from poplar trees, but strange fruit, we are now lying in the street with our necks pressed with the knee. Yeah. Our black brothers and sisters are dying before our eyes. The KKK now killing in disguise. How long has it been since Martin had a dream? And I wonder how long before we no longer have to dream. Strange truth, oh my brother, can't you see? Strange truth, this is the new day of slavery. Strange truth, no longer hang from poplar trees, but strange truth, we are now lying in the streets with our necks pressed with the knee. We're screaming, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. So tell me now, tell me when will we be judged? Not by our skin, but what's within. Strange fruit, strange fruit. Oh, my brother, can you see? Strange fruit. This is a new day of slavery. Strange fruit. They no longer hang from poplar trees. Strange fruit. But we are now lying in the streets. Say, I can't breathe. Tell me why won't they let me live? I can't breathe. I have so much more to give. I can't breathe. I've got purpose left to fulfill. Yeah, I can't breathe. Oh, Lord, let it be your will.
Man.
Deep.
Yes, very deep, very touching,
Deep.
very touching.
How was the song received when you put it out?
Luckily and amazingly, it did not get the backlash that Billie Holiday song got. Because I did a video to it as well, and as well to tomorrow with the Soweto Gospel Choir. Beautiful video. They really made me feel like a celebrity. They did makeup, and we blocked off. They had a permit to block off the whole street, so some of the video was shot in the street for tomorrow. So I think the visual of the video from Strange Fruit helped with the message as well, because it did highlight some of those other police brutality videos that had been circulated. So, it kind of touched everybody, because I think everybody was angry and upset at what we had seen with the Rashard White being killed at Wendy's, and it was just all of that going on. Breonna Taylor, everything was going on like all at one time. So that video actually compiled all of that into one. So the song was actually received pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like a young man with such an inspirational song, because it's touching now.
Absolutely.
And it's
It
like,
still resonates.
yeah, because we face the same issue. Nothing has changed when it comes to us. And it's sad that,
sadly but true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta pardon me. When our parents and our grandparents went through it, now your generation is seeing it and going through it. It's sad to say, that you have to see the things that are going on.
Yeah, and that's why the song just highlights that is the same thing happening. It's just now happening in a different way, and now it's live, and now it's visual, and I think that hurts even more because hearing about it in history is one thing, but when you can actually witness it and see it yourself, it creates a whole nother monster for this generation.
Yeah.
Miss Yolanda Marshall says that needs to go into someone's film, and that would be definitely.
That was the response from everybody who heard it. Like, this sounds like a documentary. This sounds like it's gonna. And what I have learned in my career is just because it does not happen when you release the music does not mean that it won't happen.
That's right.
For it to have that stamp on it, and you can hear that already, someone else down the line is going to hear that same thing. So I'm just waiting on the appointed time for it to happen because I do believe that it will happen. Like we're meeting now. I didn't know I was going to be being interviewed by you guys. And now you've heard my music and you're sharing it on your platform, which I am so grateful for. So I'm just waiting on that right time when I get that phone call or that email saying, "Hey, we want to put this in our next movie."
Spike Lee. Message, Spike. Let's go.
But I have to honestly thank Yolanda Marshall because she's the one that actually turned us on to your music.
Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you.
And it wasn't that song; it was your new song that's out that she gave us, right?
Yeah.
And before I touch on that, because you got to think the different ranges in your music. When you singing with the choir, the inspirational music, and then this song that's coming up now that in a few minutes called Easy. It's like, wow, you have so much of a different range.
That's why I say you can't put it in a box because I might hear gospel today and then tomorrow I might hear easy. So I can't say what I am right now.
You know what? And that's the thing. Because for so long we've labeled each other. We have allowed ourselves to be labeled in so many things to where you come full circle and they don't know how to.
Yeah, they don't know how you come.
You become a problem, but guess what? You become a great problem for a solution of many to follow.
Yeah,
true. So there's no such, like people say, what do y'all do? We do everything.
Right.
We do everything. We not just your, oh, they're just the podcast of this, that. No, that's the reason why we name Real to Real 360.
Right.
So you coming on fits it like a glove.
Yeah, I love it. And just like when you have songwriters, like they have to be diverse and be in such a creative space. Because like most of the artists that we love, they don't write their own music. It's people sitting at a table, a team of people writing songs for them. So that's why I say you can't just think one way, be boxed in when it comes to music. You have to be open enough to be able to write for different artists, for different styles, for different genres. So that's kind of like where I am, man. I'm enjoying the ride, actually.
Now, you talk about songwriting and things like that because we know that you write your songs and you are a songwriter and you also, too, you play instruments, right? When did you start playing instruments and when did you start writing your own music?
I wrote my first song when I was 10 years old, and you can actually see the video on YouTube. It's called When I See Jesus' Face. It was the first song I ever wrote. with the help of my grandmother. I had the lyrics, I had it down, and she would be like, no, don't do it that way, do it like this, that don't go like that. And so she kind of guided me, but I did write the song. So that was my first time writing a song. I started playing trumpet in high school, so that was just to go along with my love for music. And then, like I said before, I had piano lessons as a child. So that kind of sparked the interest. And then my grandmother had a piano in her living room, so I would go there and kind of pick around on it. And then I started playing at church, actually, at the age of 14, 15. I started playing at my home church. And that's when I started playing the piano.
Okay. Now you have a soul song. I'm not gonna say Southern Soul. I'm not gonna say, but you have a soul song that you just released.
Yep.
And it is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's called Easy. What was the inspiration behind that?
So I released Easy on Valentine's Day. But so I hit up my producer who makes my beats for me. Normally I write the music, I write the song, and then I send it to him for him to create the actual instrumental track. But this time I did it in the reverse. So I asked him, I was like, hey, I wanted to capitalize kind of like on the wedding singer, because I sing at a lot of weddings. I was like, I need a song for when I'm on these secular platforms. I need my own song. Because I sing a lot of King George, Anthony Hamilton, John Legend. Like, I'm singing their songs, and I have my own gospel songs, but I don't have my own R&B love song. So that was the whole just idea behind creating Easy, is so that I can have that, song to sing of my own and to be known for. And then I wanted to sing something that people were gonna sing with me.
They definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, I can't even sing it, man, because they sing it. I mean, they took over. Even the little kids, like, I've gotten so many videos and posts and tags from people all over, just singing it on their reels and everything. So the response for Easy is definitely overwhelming for me. I expected it, but I didn't expect it, But that was the inspiration. I asked him for a track. He sent me two. I was like, I need something I can write to, where people can kind of vibe and two-step and kind of groove and sing at the same time. So that was my idea. So he sent me the track. I was like, it got to be this one. And there was also, I plug for Calvin Richardson. He has a song, Can't Let Go, that everybody knows.
Right.
I sing that a lot at weddings. So I was like, I need something on that vibe, something that feels like that and feels good. Because people from my hometown, they love music like that. So I wanted something like that. And all I kept hearing was Easy. I didn't know what to do with Easy or how to write it, but I knew it had Easy involved. And so the melody finally came to me. I kept listening to the track. It came to me, and Easy was born.
Now, where did you say you were born at again?
Say it again.
What state were you born in?
Alabama.
And where you at now?
I'm in Georgia.
Okay.
And you notice your boy ain't came in the comments because I asked a question that he couldn't answer, but I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh, this.
But at this moment in time, I'd like for you to introduce Easy, because it is a smooth,
it's a beautiful,
amazing song.
I love it.
All right, everybody. So this is my newest song I just released on Valentine's Day. It is called Easy. Here we go.
Let's get it in.
Easy. Easy. From the first time I saw you, I knew you were the one for me. From the very first time I saw you, I knew I wanted you to meet my family. It was your smile, it was your style. I saw you from within, and every time I see your face, I fall in love again. See, I know that life gets hard, but loving you is the easy part. You make loving you easy.
Sure, I'm ready to sing it now.
Ain't no way I could love someone else. I would rather be by myself. Hey, baby, said I know that life is hard, baby, but loving you is the easy part. Hey,
Come on.
you make loving you easy. Easy. Oh, girl, you make loving you easy. Just now I saw you from within, and every time I see your face, I fall in love again. It was just now I saw you from within, and every time I see your face, I fall in love again. And I could do this forever. I could love you more. I could love you for eternity. I don't even have to try. I could do this forever. I love you, baby, that's no lie. I could love you for eternity. Loving you forever. I could do this forever. Is what I wanna do. I could love you for eternity. If I had to do it all again, I would still choose you. I could love you for eternity. You make loving you.
Hold on.
Oh, baby, you make loving you. Easy.
There's someone in the comments asking for an acapella.
And that's her. I see Yolanda. She's trying to show out.
Yeah, listen, that's beautiful. You got to do it. You got to do it one time. You got to do it.
From the first time I saw you, I knew you were the one for me. From the very first time I saw you, I knew I wanted you to meet my family. It was your smile, it was your style. I saw you from within, and every time I see your face, I fall in love again. See, I know that life gets hard, but loving you is the easy part. You make loving you easy. Oh, you make loving you easy.
There it is. There it is. There it is. One more again. Right here on the Real2reel360 show. Acapella, baby. Notes don't show, he boats, baby.
Man.
Yeah.
That's right, Bruce.
Beautiful, man. Thank you for that. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Now that, like we was talking about before the song came on, how you are able to really transition from singing in the choir to inspirational to this song right here. This song right here, for me, it's going to open the doors for a lot of stuff.
It's going on my first play. Watch that.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you,
know what I mean?
my uncle. This was when I was real heavy in church. Only wanted to sing gospel. I'm not singing nothing else. I did go through that stage. My uncle was like, "You don't need but one song, nephew. You just need one. That's all you need. You just need one." And so when I got the mix back for this one, I said, "This is the one." Like I felt it in my heart that this was going to be the one to open the doors for those different platforms and to open the door for the next level of what's next for me. So, man, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
You're such a poised artist at a very young age.
Yeah.
It's like you're very seasoned. And when it comes down to you singing, even just when you did the acapella, like everything stood still. Like how you command the crowd.
Yeah.
Look, he looked bashful, but you know, what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, you know.
But to testament to that, like I have seen it. Like a room can be full of noise, everybody talking, even at weddings, and instantly when I open my mouth and sing, it's just like a hush goes over the room.
There you go.
And most of the time, the people think they were like, "You were singing without the CD was playing." I was like, "No, it was me." Like that.
And that was the question I was about to ask you. Like, what is the crowd response to you when you start singing easy? Because, like you said, you sing Calvin stuff and you sing everybody else. What is how do they receive you when you sing your stuff?
So I've only had a chance to sing it once. First time I did it on an interview like this with BTV. That was the first time I ever sang it. But to sing it live, I just did that recently, like President's Day weekend. I had a gig in West Point, Georgia. That was my first time singing it. But by the time I got ready to sing it, the people already knew it because everybody's been rocking to it. So the response was really, really good, and it feels good. And to sing a song, it's yours, and the people know it. And for me, as an artist, that's top of the list of success for me is to have a song, the people know your song, the people can sing your song. That's amazing to me. Like if I don't get a record deal, that blesses my heart beyond measures. Like to be known for your own music is like, yeah.
Well, Juneteenth weekend in Marietta, Georgia, seemed like you're gonna be out there.
Yeah, Yolanda cooking that stuff.
As an artist and being in the game as long as you have, would you prefer to stay independent and be able to do your own thing without having a record label to try to box you in?
I'm open. I'm not, biased one way or the other. It just it has to be right. It has to make sense. As an independent artist, there's only so much you can do. There's only so far you can go. And anybody who's independent, they know that. I've seen artists like Molly Music start out as independent. Rudy Currents start out as independents, but because they, had those connections, now they're in different places in their career. So I look at those as inspirations. And even if you don't get signed to a major label, even just having licensing deals or publishing deals where your music is available on major platforms or to become the A-list artist. And I do believe there are labels still out there who can cater to the actual artist more so than just trying to take over. And, I do still believe that, that I'll meet that right label who will cater to and groom and custom to what I already have going on and to enhance it. Because that's all I'm looking for is an enhancement.
Definitely that. Now, where can our followers and listeners find you on social media, on the music platforms? Where can they find you?
So yeah, my music is available on all digital streaming platforms. So wherever you decide to listen to music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube Music, Google, iTunes, Apple Music, all of that. If you type in my name, and the good thing is I'm the only Hassan Green out there that's singing.
Definitely listen to it right here on the Real to Real.
That's right on the Real. That's exactly right. So I'm the only Hassan Green out there. So if you type in my name, I'll definitely come up. YouTube, of course, is my main platform. And Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I'm the THE Hassan Green. The Hassan Green. So make sure y'all follow me so I can follow y'all back and y'all can keep up with where I am and what I'm doing.
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that y'all download Easy.
Yeah.
Make sure that y'all download Tomorrow. Make sure
this young
that
man
y'all download Strange Fruit. When you get an opportunity, get with your promoters and get this young man out there on the road. Make sure that he is seen because he's very talented. And I'm pretty sure Connected Dot has already got something cooking for you.
See that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What up, D? What up, Uncle D? What's good, man?
Hey, we're coming to the end of the show. Like I told you, behind the scene, an hour really goes by quick when the show is going on. But I want to thank you so much for gracing us to coming on. Also, too, want to salute you for the inspirational songs that you created and your journey. And we will definitely be following your journey from here on out. Anytime that you have anything that you want to promote, just bring it back and we'll be right here for you at any given time.
That's right.
Sounds good, man. Thank y'all so much for having me on the show. Thank you, Yolanda, for putting me on. I really appreciate it. Really.
Big bro, you know what it is? Oh, hold on before we go there. Tomorrow, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. We have Rome, the 90s R&B singer Rome will be on Real to Real 360. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. we're going to have Rome. And as you see, we have nothing but great individuals.
For sure. Like you said, young man, Hassan, listen, you don't have a home away from home. You got a home right here on the Real to Real 360 show. So like he said, whenever you need something that we can do and provide for you, we're going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, man, this is so good. We're going to rock out with that song Easy. We're going to go. All right. I'm telling y'all right now, this is hot. Get it, cop it, blast it all over. Let everybody know who it is and just shout out Hassan Green. All right. We're going to see you when we see you. This is the Real to Real 360 show. On behalf of my brother, Josh Jamel Allah, we say peace, y'all.
Easy. From the first time I saw you, I knew you were the one for me. From the very first time I saw you, I knew I wanted you to meet my family. It was your smile, it was your style. I saw you from within, and every time I see your face, I fall in love again. See, I know that life gets hard, but loving you is the easy part. You make loving you easy. You make loving you easy. Ain't no way I could love someone else. I would rather be by myself. Hey, baby, said I know that life gets hard, baby, but loving you is the easy part. Hey, you make love
gentlemen, we're starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing and tell a friend and keep sharing because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son.
True
Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and earths. To all the human families on the planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. The peace of man, woman, and child of the you and I first. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do.